Nice to meet you.
Nice
How
to
are you
meet you.
doing
Good.
today?
How are you?
Good. My name is Marissa Granger, and we will be conducting our interview. How was your drive here?
It was good. It's really cold out though.
It is very cold. Did you have any trouble finding our office?
No.
All right. Well, then let's get started. Your previous work history. Let's talk a little bit about that. Where did you previously work?
Well, while in college, I didn't really have any jobs because I was so busy with school and everything and involved in a lot of other activities. But when I went home, I worked at Big Boy as a hostess for about 3.5 years.
Okay. What were some of your responsibilities at Big Boy?
Carryouts, working the cash register, dealing with customers, or being a waitress when they needed me to. So.
Did you face any major challenges?
Not really. It was hard to come back and forth from school because there'd be new employees that I'd have to kind of get introduced to and see how to work with them and everything. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
Right, okay. Was there anything that you really liked or really disliked about your previous job?
It ran pretty smoothly, and I've been there so long, I just feel so comfortable. I kind of forgot what it was like when I first started.
Well, what was the reason for leaving?
I was just ready to move on. It was just
Right.
getting too hard. Working just a day during the weekend when I came home really wasn't worth it.
Okay.
So,
Well, since you've quit your last job, what have you been doing?
trying to find a new job. Just trying to move on from college and face the real world.
Right.
And everything. So.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. What do you think are your greatest weaknesses?
I'd have to say that I'm a big perfectionist, and sometimes that gets in the way of getting my job done on time, but at the same time that's a good thing because I make sure that I always am trying to do it right, so I think that's a big strength and weakness for me.
All right, great. Do you have any great strengths?
Well, that one. And,
weakness and strength.
I think I have really good interpersonal skills and talking to people, and I love being around people, and I'm a really good listener too, I think so.
Okay, well, would you be willing to take your work home with you if we asked you to?
Yes, I would. Especially if I was not able to get it done at work and it was something that I needed to, I feel like it would be my responsibility to bring it home. So.
Okay. Now, how many hours are you willing to work a week?
I think that's negotiable. Like I said, I'm willing to do anything. I'm out of college, so anything that you guys really need me for.
Okay, so you're open.
Yes.
All right, great. How do you handle pressure and stress?
I'm a very structured person, and I make a lot of lists to get things done, what I need to get done during the day and stuff like that, so that's kind of how I stay focused.
Okay. So, since you're very structured, what is the pace at which you work?
I'd have to say that it depends on what I'm doing or what I have planned for the day, and prioritize the things that need to get done first, the things that can kind of wait. So.
Okay. All right. So, what are some of your salary expectations?
Again, that's negotiable. I'd be willing to talk that out with you and go from there.
Okay, great. Do you prefer to work independently or on a team?
I think that it depends on what I will be doing. I think certain projects would be better to work independently, but I'm also willing to work with other people because I think that getting input from more than one person is great.
Okay, great. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Like I said, I love to be around people. I've always been that kind of friend that is there to listen and give advice. And I have a strong personality, but in a good way. And I'm really good at putting myself in other people's shoes and understanding where they're coming from. So.
Okay. Typically, what kind of work environment do you prefer to work in? Stressful, lots of people. What would you prefer?
I think that I think anything would be fine. I just have to adjust to it, but
Okay.
I don't think I really have a preference.
All right. So, if you're sure your boss is wrong about something and you absolutely know they are wrong, how would you go about handling that situation?
I think that I would first sit back, like I said, I like to put myself in other people's shoes, so I'd try and see where they were coming from. Before I go in to talk to the person, my boss, I would kind of make a list of the things, like my reasoning, but I would first point out that I understand what they're saying, but I think that this is a better approach.
Okay. All right. So what interests you about our job here?
I've always been into advertising and marketing and that whole scene. I think it's so interesting, and you can connect to a whole world of people, and I just think that's really cool. So,
well, what experience do you have that will make you the best candidate for this position rather than somebody else?
Well, I do have a broadcast major, and I did a lot with TV news in college, so I've kind of been around all of that and into the whole broadcasting thing, and I think I really understand what draws people in and what entices people in, stuff like that. So.
Okay, do you maybe think that you're too overqualified for this job?
I don't think so.
Are you willing to travel if we need?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so what do you think you can bring to our company?
I think that I can bring a whole set of fresh eyes. Being out of college, I saw a lot, I learned a lot of new things, and being younger, I think that I can reach a lot of the younger population and just kind of bring a whole new idea, possibly.
Okay,
So.
great. What challenges are you looking for in this position if you do get hired?
Anything that comes my way. I want to be given things that can make me work harder, so I don't want, my employers to be afraid to give me something that I can't handle. I want to be pushed to make it further. So.
Okay, well that's good. A little bit questions about the future. What are you looking for in your next job? If you get hired here, what do you expect from us as a company to provide for you?
I expect stability and an environment that is as comfortable as it can be. I understand it's a work environment, and I'm here to work and not socialize, but at the same time, I want to enjoy what I do, and I hope that the people around here are willing to do that as well.
All right. So, what are some of your goals that you want to accomplish in life within the next 5 to 10 years, say?
Oh, that's a hard question. I'm kind of that person that I've learned that I can't really plan out what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. I think that I have to take it step by step and see what happens, and then just kind of go from there. Right now, I'm open to anything, so I think that I just have to wait and see.
Okay. So, if you were to become hired, would you be willing to take a pay cut from your previous job at Big Boy?
Yes, I would. But I hope that it would be for good reasoning, and I hope that you could see that I'm a hard worker and I can get the job done, and that would increase soon. Again, I'd like to talk about the salary, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm willing to hear your guys' reasoning and go from there. So.
Okay. Now, do you have any questions about the job or the process?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and you will receive a phone call from us within a few days. So it was nice meeting
Thank
you.
you. It was
Have
nice
a
to
great
meet
day.
you too. Thank you.